mean, so I do me while some other niggas trying to do me, but I don't do men.
You know love man, so take your
Welcome to the One State Podcast. It's one of blast. Never smash out like glass. So you don't know. Big up everybody, who went to church today, who just have a cool day, who just kick back and cook some food for the day. Whatever you do, chill with family day. Bless up on yourself. It's the One State Podcast. We are a blast, you know what I mean? We're not crash out like no blast. Big up everybody, you know what I mean? We tune in. You see what I say? Everybody that's tuned into the podcast, God, I have to give thanks and support to everybody that watch the playback them as well. Might not shot yourself, but we watch the playback and we are going to grow the channel because we see enough channels out there will grow and they started off just like me here, you know what I mean? Yeah, so stay tuned, big up everybody, you see what I say? So big up everybody that's seen and watch the podcast. So we'll go and check out what I go on over this. Earlier we have a brother that we think him could have get away. Dirty in his girlfriend, but we'll check out more of that, Zane. We'll check out more of that. Check out what.
Again on May 31st.
I agree, or like a bando. You know what I mean? Like, don't do it to a PO box, but do it like to, yeah, just order it not to your house, dummy.
2025. This is an isolated site off SR 154 where the victim's identification was subsequently discovered in January 2026. Additionally, on July 7th, 2025, defendant ordered and subsequently Amazon delivered a burn cage to his home under the same fake name as part of his plan to incinerate evidence. Moreover, defendant took horrifying measures to
destroy and discard the victim's body. After placing her body into the blue inflatable pool to prevent her blood from spilling onto his garage floor, defendant used a chainsaw and perhaps other tools to cut off her limbs. Small blue plastic fragments were found embedded in the victim's remains, which were collected by the Los Angeles.
Okay, so they're saying that he cut her up. He cut her up in the kiddie pool. That boy should just watch the episode of Dexter. If he's trying to bleed the body out, hang the body upside down. I learned that from Dexter. I'm going to lie. So he was trying to, like, clearly, that's one of the main things you get caught for because blood is going to, like, blood, even if you clean.
Brother here, DJ Academics talk about Vybz Kartel case. In this matter also, is it in regards like they couldn't find a body? That's maybe the brother that try to do that. Maybe him that try to do that, Yeah, but we'll check out more.
Clean it up. It's going to leave a trace that can be seen by certain lights. So he's trying to bleed her out or something of the sort.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code.
County Medical Examiner's Department. The fragments were analyzed by the LAPD's forensic science.
You know when they kill goats and pigs, they hang them upside down, right? Gravity's going to bleed the person out, bleed the thing out,
Division Trace Analysis Unit. An expert was able to match a physical fit match from the blue fragments to the blue inflatable pool purchased by defendant in May 2025. In order to distance himself from the victim, he amputated her left ring and pinky fingers because her ring finger contained a tattoo of his name. Her fingers...
Chat, I grew up in Jamaica. We kill goats. Like, ain't nothing better than when we about to have a good old party, and we like killing a goat. It's a spectacle. Like you kill a goat. By the way, it's the same thing with chickens. With chickens, we usually put a body dies, but then to bleed it out, you hang it upside down, all the blood comes out. So what happens. You feel me?
have not been recovered. Defendant then placed her head and torso into the cadaver bag he purchased. He placed her limbs into a garbage bag, which he deposited into his front trunk, laying the cadaver bag on top. For several weeks or possibly months, defendant...
So you hear academics are brag about his Jamaican background and heritage, about his skin, him man alive, goat and cows and all these things, you know what I mean? So you hear him, yes. So we dive deep into that situation, you see it? Because he thought he could have get away with it, you see what I'm saying? D4VD, poor attempt of hiding evidence.
left the victim's body to decompose inside his Tesla. Okay, of course, there will be.
That is the question that's going to continue to happen, though. Why did he just leave it in the car? I feel like he must have gotten busy. Like, he was taking, tremendous steps. Like, I don't know why Dexter keeps popping in my mind. I'm like, yo, bro, start throwing away body part by body part in the sea, in the ocean. Nigga, book a yacht and just like throw like I'm not laughing because it's necessarily funny, but I'm just trying to compare it. In, sometimes I see some crimes and you start thinking like, damn, this kind of looks elaborate, and then you see the dumbest outcome, right? Okay, you did all that work to chop the body up to 10:30. You left it in a car that you own in the front, in the sweltering sun, that it would get caught, and you parked the car illegally a couple blocks away. Good job, you fucking idiot, right?
A battle of experts and questions of how the evidence
was... he went on tour, right? So he probably was under the kind of the assumption like, I have to keep acting like nothing is wrong. If he canceled a date, it would seem like it's wrong, right? Like, you'd be like, yo, what's wrong with him? Is he sick? If he...
What's more important, you gotta hear him elaborate the case to Vybz Kartel case, DJ Academics ago. That's the whole reason why we are check it out, because DV4D thought he could have get away with a poor attempt of getting away of dirting his underage girlfriend. Let's try some Dexter thing and try to drain out the blood. So here Academics are gonna mix it up with Vybz Kartel case now. Watch.
Cancel, like, say he canceled one date. So he was probably trying to do as much as he could, but act normally. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If he was trying to get away with this, you gotta start getting rid of these body parts. You got that hand gotta be in fucking Wichita. You know what I mean? Somewhere. It gotta be in Pontiac, Michigan, bro. It gotta be in Flint. You get what I'm saying? That gotta be in the Hoover Dam. It gotta be in in Grand Rapids. It gotta be... Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know how he thought. I'm wondering, this is like trying to understand the brain of a psychotic human being, but I'm really wondering what he thought he was going to do to get away with this. Because it feels...
But DJ Academics are saying him wonder where me that think, like when could I think to get away with this, no. This was some iron ritual thing or something like that. Hollywood is crazy, You see, but we dive more deep because analyze this brother, try analyze him, not even try, he did, but him try cover up the evidence, but it poor, you see.
It was like an unfinished plan. And then I'm wondering what his friends are saying to him about this. Because if he invited her over to his house, remember, she gets there at night, I believe, It was an 80-mile ride. She rode in like a rideshare vehicle. Are none of his friends that knows that he deals with her asking like, yo, what happened to Celeste? Where is she at? What is he telling them?
Was collected, what does it mean, how it was maintained, but potentially making the blue fragments match is huge. If you match the pool to him, you match the pool to Celeste, that's going to be critical. The alleged purchase history, this digital trail, some of the most potentially damning evidence out there. We have seen historically that has been hard for defense attorneys to argue away or explain away. You know, I saw this idea that perhaps, you know, maybe these materials were purchased for some sort of music video. That could be a tough sell, particularly you talk about the timing, right? The timing of when authorities say Celeste was killed, unless there's going to be a dispute, not only about cause of death by the defense, but also time of death. Why would you allegedly purchase those things? And if the order and delivery records
Yeah, we don't have to guess why we know he did it, right? So like a lot of times with these situations, chat, when we're covering them, we kind of like have common sense, but when we get to court, it's not about what you know, it's what about you, what you could prove, right? Like even the Melly situation, like I think you guys kind of know what's up, right? But like it's not about what you know, it's what you could prove. This is what court is. Okay, we know David killed her. We don't know the circumstances. We don't know if no one helped, but we're gonna see what defense he's gonna put up, and we're gonna see more details that the police are gonna allege that happened, and see what proof they have of it happening. They clearly have connected some Postmates orders for shovels, the Amazon for the body bag. I'm gonna be honest with you, this guy just seems incredibly stupid. If you just killed somebody, why the fuck would you? It's like killing somebody and going on Amazon and typing in, I want to order a casket. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, if you're trying to, remember, we agree. He went to make his tour to not stick out as, damn, this dude was missing in action around that time. Maybe he was killing her. He wanted to show it's business as usual, that no one could have any type of suspicion because he's shown up to all his appointments. If you're that guy who's trying to be, yo, there's nothing suspicious going on, why would you go on Amazon and order a body bag? Come on, bro. Well, I guess I'm answering my own question. He must have thought that ordering it under that fake name, Victoria Mendez, was really going to protect him. But even then, it's still stupid because you ordered it to your house. You ordered it to your house. Who gives a fuck about the name?
David was renting or staying at after Celeste was identified. They reportedly found all sorts of evidence in the garage to support this claim, this argument of dismemberment, including biological evidence that tested positive for blood. They say they were able, again, to match the evidence to the victim's unique genetic profile. I mentioned that before. Talk about the pool again. This reportedly had multiple linear cuts. And on top of all that, according to the prosecution's brief, surveillance video and other evidence confirmed defendant was the last person to drive the vehicle on July 29, 2025, before he left Los Angeles on a concert tour. And remember, her body was discovered about a little over a month later. And the filing states that David lied to friends, business associates, and others about the strong smell of decay in and around the home and the car. So it could be very difficult for defense attorneys to say, you know, he was completely in the dark, he's being framed, he had no idea what was happening, what was going on. Although, is it possible someone else maybe had access to the car afterwards? Possibly, but does that negate his alleged knowledge of what was going on? So it goes to the idea of who may be a cooperating witness as well, right? What did they observe about the car? What did they smell? What did they ask David? So this all makes me wonder in terms of a defense. I wonder if defense attorneys could get to the point and say, look, yeah, he bought all this stuff. Yep, we're going to acknowledge that. He purchased all
Okay, now, when we're starting to evaluate what could be a defense, remember, he has to make no admissions. I think we all know on a common sense level where if he didn't kill her, he knows who did. It's one of those, right? If you didn't kill her, you know exactly what happened to her. But remember, because he has the right to remain silent and he could always plead the fifth, he doesn't have to make a statement. And how it goes in court is that they have to prove, the prosecutor has to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. He doesn't have to explain any of the things that make him look weird. For example, why was she dead in your trunk? He doesn't have to give an explanation. The prosecutors have to use that information to say that actually points to him doing it. Now, remember, he could get off on just providing reasonable doubt. And what could reasonable doubt be? Well, in cases like this, reasonable doubt usually ends up being, hey, listen, somebody else did the crime. So the first thing is, when you're charged with a crime, the best way or the easiest way is to be like, well, are y'all sure the crime even existed? So if they never found the body, right? Say they never found the body. In Vybz Kartel's case, they arrested him for the murder of I think it's Clive Lizard.
So basically, we're there right now, the Vybz Kartel era, when we talk about the Vybz Kartel. So basically, he must say, oh, basically, not him, me and the whole people are say, what is the motive behind this? And then when him do it, because the prosecutor job is to prove everything that this man is guilty, this Coyote is guilty, David is guilty by the things that him do and the evidence him leave behind. He might elaborate it the cartel case now and say, oh, remember when them couldn't find Lizard body and way. So we hear what DJ Academics are say about that, Daddy.
Williams. That's the guy's name.
And
they claim Vybz Kartel killed,
dismembered, and got rid of any traces of the guy. They never found him. And, you know, there was so many theories. Some people felt like he was like, you know, butchered, like body parts sprinkled across Jamaica. Some people feel like that Vybz Kartel used his funeral home connects to cremate the guy, and they never found him. So they were trying to convict him of murder, and the murder, you don't have a body. Well, here's the first defense you're going to have as defense attorneys. Well, if we don't have a body, we don't have a murder weapon, how are we sure that a murder happened? And that's a really good defense. Why? Because it's on the defense, or it's on the prosecutors to prove that they, beyond a reasonable doubt, they could prove the murder. Well, they could prove the person's dead, number one. Number two, prove it was a murder. And number three,
Yo, David is guilty, brother, and then the prosecutor approve it. Listen, crime, there's so many dumb things he did, but this could be a ritual to success. You know what I mean? Ritual to success. So we check out some other things, because that will cover the case there. You know? The Raptors and the Cavs tonight, you know. The Raptors and the Cavs tonight. We ain't missing out on that. So may I say?
Connecting changes everything.
Playoff basketball, Game 6. Cavaliers looking to close this one out. The Raptors looking to stay alive. It's on the easy schedule. Exhausted. This one is tightening up. 5 more minutes to decide Game 6.
So much at stake here. Everyone on their feet. Mitchell driving, kisses it off the glass for two. 110-108 lead. We're far from finished. 10.9 to go. Down one. On the move. Toss out. Barrett off the heel.
You might as well call R.J. Barrett the hometown hero. He's
no good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. With 1.2 to go. The ghost of Kawhi Leonard.
And it fell through. Are you absolutely kidding me?
Go straight up, you got a chance.
Yeah, man, you see that? Yeah, man, big shot that from RJ Barrett. You see me I say? Make the Cavs them put the Cavs them under pressure, brother. Cause right now, it's winner go home, you know. Number 7. So if they can't win that one, brother, Raptors are gonna move on to the second round. This was shocked enough people. Cavs fly out the gate, lead the series. But these little young warriors, them man, Scotty Barnes hats off to him, RJ Barrett, after losing Ingram to playing so well in the season. They rally around their captain, Scotty Barnes, and they're making Canada proud. You know, the whole Jurassic Park go crazy. The whole Jurassic Park go crazy. So, yeah, man. Gotta check out the Raps game. Game 7 I got.
Moment to savor in Toronto, but you don't have long to dwell on that because you got a Game 7 coming up today in Cleveland. The game will be played tonight. Home team has won every game. They've both scored 669 points. They're both shooting 47%. 5 more field goals for Toronto. Cavs have 5 more rebounds. Cleveland's one decided advantage in this series so far has been from the three-point line where they're plus 48, but Toronto's owning the other categories. I don't know if there is momentum. You say it like there is momentum in the other series. Is there anything that Toronto carries over after a win like that into Cleveland?
Oh, without question. They realize that if the Cavaliers are a top seed, but they're right behind them. They're right behind them. There's momentum knowing that we have a future. We're playing this well without two guys who started for us. Brandon Ingram hasn't really played, and Emmanuel quickly. So Shed has come into there and really stepped up, done a great job. RJ Barrett is becoming an all-star light. And there's 2 guys in this playoffs, in my estimation, that were a star, but now becoming the star. And that's Maxey and Philadelphia.
It wasn't a thing to prove, say, oh, them because guess what? Then they said, they might use the Apple chart to say, yes, it's global dominance, which.
Oh, no, but you see, that's why you have to be specific. So notice when I talk about the Apple charts, when I be specific about is where the all genres chart is specific to. And that is in the US because it may not apply over in the UK. And it may not apply in Canada.
Affect me because footer, I got me footer. Who did read disappointed with a triple X?
To appear like you have learned your lesson. And you come back out and do the same bumbo-clad fuckery.
Hey! For Casey, man? Not even that. Because, you know, I always have him as like an educated you, but I think he's an educated.
Junior. About Bounty Killer by a Plaza. I'm not impressed by anything so far what you guys have done. You see me? I'm yet to be impressed. You see me? But coming online and saying with the way the industry set up is monopolized and capitalized, that is not the same as niggas trying to look a man out there. It's not the same. It's not the same. Youngster told me about when Chris Blackwell tried to sign it. You see me? And it came across like a man looking at some vagina. You see me? So, and that's the industry. I'm not even wrong in Blackwell. That's how you was taught to do it. But it's not all of us looking towards that. All right? So the man them can get that out of them head. Do 1 million more collabs. Boss an artist. Sign an artist to Bevil Rap. You see me? That's more the direction. All right? Big up.
Say, my people, that is what the G are saying. So some of the artists, them think they are go good and, you know, them they are find them it's.
Yo, the business need work and work I put in, you know. It not gonna happen overnight, but the business need work and work I put in. So I say, I'm gonna like share up the live people, check in the house. Or go on, so I go and run Jamaica today. So I say, it's a One State podcast, it's an applause. I say, yeah.
Son, you know, all of that, but them would you know, probably touch overseas and people coerce them ears and tell them, say them to sign to this or sign to that or link with this or link to that. But in a few terms, stating that they want them find a boyfriend, Chacha no. Man, them not easy at all, my people. But outside of that, we also see the likes of Idonia and Quick Cook in the streets, you know, my people. I don't know Idonia touching the streets and I sing some songs for the people as well, my people, and he was joined on stage with dancehall artist Quick Cook, my people. So check it out.
What's the blocking ideas? When we young and dumb, and police running on my yard, so they look for him and look for him and look for him and look for him and look for who? We say, officer, what you look for? You know what I'm saying? We enough done your yard in park, you know, means when you cut the talk, you know.
So what I do now, mention this when the police are running at me out the other day uptown, is it? So I do now make a fun of it and joke of it. You know what I mean? So I check what I go and cross Jamaica, man. Yeah. So I say the One State podcast, man.
Stepping at the dance with the hunger. Thunder roll and block me neck. No boy never kiss me on the neck. All respect I do now. But a Lord block. The boys stuck in mother. Go on the street. Badness in there.
So yeah, my people, so that I go on for what I go on in. And also when I see the recent Jeffrey interview, and when I see in the interview.
So be a thing I go on. That's what I do in the street. I always in the street I perform for people, and that was the idea on there. So this is Brickstorm TV, you know, big up Brickstorm. I'm always I bring the blog, them, the news, entertainment, the journalism. So yeah, so Jeffrey out, and Jeffrey said numbers involved, and he might capitalize on every part of the fame as it. So recently we're gonna check out that 2 year where they must say about the whole thing then.
Basically, state that him see where Foota Hype said, and he stated that he expected the Foota Hype to say what he said because of Foota Hype that, but he was disappointed in the likes of Triple X people. You get to me and say, and also stated that people like Triple X, Boom Boom and Foota Hype should never come out and try to bash him because them they get rushed in the street, they do them job and all of that people. They don't know how they think a lot of people have, you know, a lot to say when it comes out to this Jeffrey interview. Some people think say he might talk too much, you know, and you know, some people say, well, if you say what he must say, but when you take a listen to what Jeffrey is to the people.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it.
Yeah, you know, alright, so yo, my life, Foota. Yeah. Foota gonna be Foota, bro. I swear to God. I see the video. I never watch it. I never watch it, isn't me? I never watch it at all. And Foota, bro. Foota, there's nothing Foota can say about me where I gonna affect me, because Foota, I gonna be Foota. Who me did really disappointed with a Triple X.
Try Casey, man.
Not even that, because, you know, I always have him as like an educated youth, but I think he's an educated dunce, bro. Because...
What do you do?
Bro, the man just have some weird theory. I mean, know where this hater come from. Ready? The man I gonna say something like, yo, them charge him, so the ballistics must come out. And I'm just like, who told you that? But anyway, and let me see even Boom Boom too, randomly at disrespect. But you know, I'm gonna find funny. You see all the three names them all call that are.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I choose shades is it. Like everybody will attack, but as I say, in case in front of the court, you know, so I have to just be careful where I say, can't come out attack all they want talk. See me have the interview, I never drop certain partner because me I watch how the case go first, is it? Me not frightened for Ray and thing and this and that and mess up the whole channel. You see what I say? And this the youth here. Because he matter in front of the case, but as we say, he medicated enough, as we must say, for speak for his mind, you know what I say? Yeah, man. Every time when everybody in and out, we just go and build it. Enough channels start like this, brother. 0 people are watching, then they see 5, and then they see 10, and then they see thousands, hundreds and thousands, man. So they are dealing with it, so we go and check out to their brother, I say.
Boom Boom, Foota Hype, and Triple X. You know what them all have in common? They were assaulted for doing their job. They were assaulted for exercising freedom of speech. And I'm not say it as a joke, because if you don't know, you know.
Say, my people, that I go on, what I go on, and of course, Triple X now go hear him name mention.
Yeah, you know, Triple X I got answer back to, you know, Crab Legs. When I got answer back, you see it, so go and check out him and see.
And the reason why the people tell us enough, don't fuck with the situation, shut your mouth and raise, because they want for you to appear reflective, to appear remorseful, to appear like you have learned your lesson. And you come out of the same bumper class fucker. Not even say hello. Make all one 3 or 4 show. You come back the same exact. The first one to come back with the same fucker. Just because you play to your audience. You're a fucking idiot, man. You're a fucking idiot, bro. The same audience will gas you up to make you do fuckery. And the same audience will play too. Because the crowd being on your side is more important than your future. The acceptance of the crowd is more important than your safety and your future. You can't make up this shit, bro. You cannot make up this shit, bro. Like you can't make up this a level of stupidity, brother. A Mount Everest, this blood clot level of stupidity. Brother, this a Mount Everest levels of stupidity, brother.